So guys, welcome back to Obsessed Car. This is a little bit different than where I was before. I am finally home from school, thank God. Finals are done. Time to get back to doing some more videos here at home on my actual table. And I'm glad you guys are here with me today, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. Let's kind of get right into it. We are going to go to start with the front end first, then we'll go into the back end. So we'll put this aside here a little bit. So with the front end, kind of what I want to do is take off the shocks first, and then we will get into, we'll probably get into the steering arms, we'll get into the turnbuckles, and then we'll kind of go from there with the A-arms and all those kinds of good things. So first off, I'm using a Black & Decker nut driver kit. Good job. And I am using a 7/32. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm going to take off these nuts up here, and then I'm going to take off the actual bolt itself. So just slip it right into the nut driver. Just turn it outside, one out, and then this side. So much nicer than doing it by hand. Because by hand, you got to do it with the actual wrench, which is kind of annoying. So actually, let's go ahead and get the actual shock off. I'm pretty sure this is a 1.5. I think it's 2. So get in here. Perfect. Get this 2 out. What in the world? What's happening? So, got our shocks out. Good. So now, what I kind of like to do, since this honestly isn't too dirty, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is let's take off the steering knuckles first, and then we'll take off the A-arms. So go ahead, take off this. Here. Still got more. So now we're going to take off the actual bolt itself. This is probably the same size as that. Yep. Perfect. So back to the 7/32. Screw that puppy. Come out of there. Go. Good. So now we can just slip this guy right on off. So here we have the actual steering arm and the buckle itself. So it's a little bit dirty in there. So we'll go ahead and then we'll take off this bolt and this guy up top, so then we can really clean this stuff without really having to like bend the top one, and then we'll take off the bottom one. I think this is 2.5 again. Stay in there. So definitely use Loctite on there, which is good. Don't know why this isn't coming out all the way. Really have no idea why. So you can see I used too much Loctite on there. See how it's just creating just a nice coating around it? You don't want that. You kind of want just a nice little, I mean, yeah, you can see that there's a little bit left there, but you just want a nice little coating of it. So this guy can just come right out. Go ahead and just kind of clean this off. I'm not going to take this apart completely, just because it really doesn't need to be. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of Windex. I'm using the good stuff this time instead of the generic stuff. So what happens when you get back at home? You get spoiled with nicer things, like laundry. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and clean this. Like I said, guys, I'm not doing a full clean. I'm just kind of going through everything, wiping off some of the dirt, just make everything looking much better than what it was. It's not detailing. I'm not gonna sit here and detail every single part because I don't think it needs to be. Go ahead and take off this other side. And just for the record, guys, like, I'm not a professional in any sort of way. I'm not claiming to be. I'm just some amateur person who, I wouldn't say amateur, but I've been doing this for a long time. But I don't claim to be a professional. I'm just here to kind of just make some videos for you guys to see how I approach things or how I do things. I don't want to say I'm professional. I don't want you guys to think I'm professional. So, those are all good. So let's actually go ahead and kind of put these back together so they're really easy to put back on. Put the spacers back in here. Just make sure you don't torque it down too tight. If you still got to torque the other side down. Good, nice little snug. This nice and snug. That should be good. And that's upside down. So if you turn it right side up, alrighty. So then we'll just see. Don't do that. Don't do what I just did. Alright guys, let's go ahead and look at the actual front assembly itself. I'm not going to take the turnbuckles off, I'm not going to take the steering arm off, this whole assembly. It's just honestly not that dirty for my purpose right now. I'm just trying to get it somewhat cleaned a little bit. So I'm going to maybe just kind of wipe some of this dirt off here. But other than that, I'll probably just take a towel, some Windex, and just clean this up here. And that will be it for the front assembly. I told you guys in the first video, if you haven't checked that out, please watch it here. I'll probably put a link here. In the first video, I talked about how I need to get a rebuild kit for the shocks and the diffs. So as soon as I get that, then I'll put a video for that. All right. So let's start with let's start with the spindles themselves. One big tip that I always have, and I've done it before, always make sure that you put the drive shaft back in here before you do anything, because it sucks when you get it on, everything back on, you put it back on the arm, you put the steering back on, you do all this kinds of stuff, but yet you just totally forget to put the drive shaft back in. and it sucks. It really does suck. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get these two back on. I kind of just started them already. Remember, these are reverse. You turn them the opposite way. Tighten them, which is bizarre to me. We'll do it for the front assembly. So we should be good with that. Everything's working well, shock's working well, turnbuckles are back in, they're both in their drive shaft. So we should be good with that. I am actually going to go ahead and end this video here. I'm actually going to do the rear assembly by itself just because of how amazingly dirty this is compared to everything stuff that's just caked on. So this is going to take much longer than that, and I don't want to go too long in these videos, just to give you guys some weird content here. But my next video will be a video of my workshop. Since I am back home now, I have a demo workshop. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you're dropping it for the first time, please subscribe. And other than that, have a good day.